Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So today we're going to learn, or today we're going to discuss the determinants of individual behavior. Okay. So determinants may you can say what are the following the important features for any individual behavior. So as I have discussed in my earlier class that for an individual behavior, characteristics one of the most important character. Biographical character is important. You need to look age, you need to watch the gender, you need to look the education qualification, and apart from that, you need to see an experience. The same example has been repeated. The older employees have the places for the higher value of job security because they are generally at a stage in life where stability is priority. They may have family responsibilities, financial commitment, loans for children, education, fewer opportunities to switch compared to the younger. So the example has been given here that how the old age people are given more priorities in the society, not only in the society, in the company itself, because in the company they are established as a permanent employees, and not only that, they are also been exemplified with their work, with their culture, with their traditions, and all. This signifies that how the employees are, how the old employees are being treated in the companies. This is for the especially for the advertisement purpose of any company. Apart from that, the age older, the age, gender, education, experience, it means a lot. Age means suppose for a 80 years old boy who is very young, his profession. Switch off the mic, Nilanjan. आप कोई दूसरा क्लास अटेंड कर रहे हो तो कंप्लीट द क्लास एंड देन ज्वाइन.
नो सर एक मीटिंग चल रहा है बैकग्राउंड में एक्चुअली उसको क्लोज नहीं कर सकते बट वो साइलेंट रहेगा कोई इशू नहीं है.
So, see, listen one thing. A 18 years old boy, you doesn't expect so much of dignity or ethics or morality from that particular boy. Maximum cases, it has been observed that you may not deserve the respect from the 18 years old boy as compared to the a little bit more matured person. So it generally varies. Okay, the individual behavior varies according to the age, according to the circumstances. Not only that, here is also one important point is there. I need to mention personally environment. Environment is also one of the society, the person where he or she is staying. Okay, it all depends the individual behavior. Okay, next item. Now gender. Hmm. How the men and women generally perform in a work. Okay, not only in the work, they're in personal life also. Okay, now though there is no such relevant informations or any existing theories, okay, that the gender, whether either is male or female, they may have some better qualities or vice versa. Female bear some much more better qualities, much more sophisticated heart as compared to the male. No, it's there is no such theory. Hard and fast rule is there. Anybody can anyone else. आजकल तो आप लोग इंसिडेंट देख रहे हो, लड़की जबरदस्ती डिवोर्स दे रही है, पहाड़ों में घूमने जा रही है, हस्बैंड को धक्का देके फेंक दे रहा है, ड्रम में सीमेंट से ये कर दे रहा है. तो ये आज के डेट में ये थ्योरीज, ये कंसेप्ट थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है कि वुमेन आर मोर सोफिस्टिकेटेड हार्ट देन एज कंपेयर टू द मेन. नो, इट्स कैन नॉट बी. ठीक है. Now, any differences do not exist as usually very small or dependent on the situation or gender itself. Okay, the same thing. Creativity improves. People bringing different perspective or ideas, teamwork improve. Diverse teams can collaborate. Decisions making improve. Now, individual behavior, if the behavior, someone's behavior uh, is good, then what will happen? The organizations will grow. Okay, the management will grow. The creativity will definitely going to improve. The teamwork will improve because you got a very good team where they know how to discipline, they know how to communicate properly, they know how to deal with the adverse situations and all. So automatically the team will improve. And apart from that, the decisions making ability will going to improve. Okay, as such, because a lot of different viewpoints are there. Everybody's communications will be listened, and everybody's thought will be admired with due respect. Okay, and so automatically what will happen? There will be a positive environment will be created, and where there is a positive environment in any organization, that organization can grow and can run for a longer life. Okay, that organization will stay in the market for a longer run. So these are the characteristics, biographical characteristics of an individual behavior. Next slide, ma'am. Now, determinants of individual behavior. What is the behavior about the educations? क्या लिखा है? Higher education levels often correlate with better problem solving, analytical skills and ability. Now, can influence job opportunities, salaries, levels, and career progressions. Okay, these all lead to if any employees of if any candidate having a good educational background, what will happen? They have the adaptability skills. They can adapt in any situations. Okay, whether it is in good situations or adverse situation, negative, positive, whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, the students can adapt. Okay, this is one of the most finest what is called cognitive qualities a student or a fresher or an employee have. Okay, if he or she can have the adaptability qualities, then any place at anywhere he can survive and he can grow. Okay, this one. Then analytical thinking, thinking in a very analytical way, not taking it in any negative way. Suppose some adverse situation happens to him or her, what will happen? Somebody will going to take it as a negative way, but somebody will take it as a lesson, as a new beginning, as a new lesson, as a new opportunity. They can find it out as a new opportunity. This type of candidates or this type of employees can grow to a high extent. For example, the example I can give you about the Arijit Singh, the renowned, phenomenal singer of Bollywood. Not only of Bollywood, he is in worldwide. Because recently, at music, one of the ratings in a music arena ratings worldwide, Arijit Singh has been placed top. Okay, because maximum listeners of Arijit Singh, maximum listeners of Arijit Singh. Okay, how it happens? How it happens? Arijit Singh, the quality of Arijit Singh that he accepted the negative comments and try to improve on that and tries to work on that. In a podcast interview, Arijit Singh was saying that the quality of voice right now I am having is not same or is not similar as the voice I am having earlier before, 5 years or 10 years back. Okay, he has given the punishment to his voice. Every day tortured his voice. Every day he's tortured his voice. He breathed his voice every day. And he created a new, what is that? What do you call it? A new clarity of voice. He find a new clarity of voice after such rigorous practices and all. This is the new definition of an Arijit Singh. And finally, world knows him. Finally, the world knows him. In Saregama 2007 or 2006, he was one of the youngest participants from Jiaganj, which is in Murshidabad district, West Bengal. उनका कोई स्कोर ही नहीं आता. He unable to score a few, and nothing he has scored. जावेद अख्तर ने उनके स्ट्रेट अवे कहा था, आप सिंगर अच्छे हो, you are a good human being, you can be a very good scientist, you may can you choose some different professions. जावेद अख्तर ने ओपनली उनको मंच के फोरम में कहा था, यू मे टू चूज सम अदर प्रोफेशंस, यू आर अ वेरी गुड स्टूडेंट्स, क्योंकि अरिजीत सिंह पढ़ाई में ठीक ठाक था, बहुत अच्छे थे, स्पेशली केमिस्ट्री एंड फिजिक्स बहुत अच्छे थे, एंड मैथ्स बहुत अच्छे थे. तो जावेद अख्तर ने उन्हें सजेस्ट किया था, यू कैन चूज सम अदर प्रोफेशंस रादर देन सिंगिंग. बट अगर कोई दूसरा होता, कोई दूसरा होता तो वो एक्सेप्ट, इतने बड़े renowned writer, playwriter, बोल रहे हैं, मतलब he can observe, he can know because of his experience and all, but he doesn't take that comments in a negative way. He try to work on that. हमसे क्यों नहीं होगा? Why not? and he started from the beginnings. And finally, world knows who is Arijit Singh. There is no such definition is there where you nobody is there in this India or in abroad who doesn't know Arijit Singh. More popularity than Sachin Tendulkar. Once in after 1999, Sachin was after Wisdom Cricket 2020. Sachin was renowned as one of the most popular cricketer of worldwide after Vivian Richards and Gary Sobers and Donald Bradman. But finally, that era, that legacy was broke by the Arijit Singh because of his dedications, because of his adaptability skills, because of his opportunity skills, because of his analytical thinking. Am I clear? Is it clear to you, everyone? That is going to insight what are the abilities of individual behavior. क्या क्या abilities होना चाहिए? Physical strength, stamina, skill, mental abilities. मैं इसमें सबसे पहले mental abilities को रखूंगा. After that, physical fitness, physical stamina, then skills. आपका mental अगर strong नहीं होगा तो आपका physical fitness कोई काम का नहीं होगा. Physically बहुत सारे strong है, but mentally they are very much weaker as compared to others. क्या करते हैं वो फिर हार जाते हैं. ओके, सो आई थिंक मेंटल एबिलिटी शुड कम फर्स्ट, आफ्टर दैट स्टेमिना, फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ, स्किल्स रिमेनिंग. Then the perceptions, your thought process, what is your point of view, okay, how the individual interpret with the situations, with the circumstances. Okay, these are the some important abilities for an individual behavior. First one is mental strength, which is one of the most important thing. After that, your stamina, your skills, and your physical strengths. And the next one is the perceptions. The perception means your thought process. Okay, how you train your minds to see some things. Okay, how you train your minds. कैसे? मैं अगर इसका एग्जाम्पल दूं, many employees are there who think the mind, whose thought process is very negative. They always think for a negative. They never. Societies में ऐसे बहुत सारे इंसान हैं. Many families are there in our society, or many members are there in the society who always think for a negative. They can never think of something positive. That ये मेरे लिए हुआ है मतलब इसमें कुछ पॉजिटिव है. क्योंकि हर एक इंसिडेंट के पीछे कुछ ना कुछ पॉजिटिव, कुछ ना कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट मोरल डेफिनेटली जुड़ा हुआ रहता है. बट हाँ, द थिंग इज दैट हाउ यू एक्सेप्ट दैट moral. That is the thing. Okay, so these are the abilities of individual behavior. Number one is mental strength. Number two is physical stamina and skills. And the third one is perceptions. How you accept. What is your thought process? How you feel? How you think? How you can see something? Isn't it? जैसे इसका एक एग्जाम्पल मैं बहुत अच्छा दे सकता हूं. आप लोग बीबीए में 6 हैट टेक्निक्स पढ़े हैं? Did you ever listen the name of this term, 6 hat techniques? It is the paper of a BBA paper. It's actually in BBA, 6 hat technique. Have you ever listened this term, 6 hat technique?
Not able to recall.
Okay. Okay. In the 6 hat technique, okay, I forgot the name of a writer who has incepted this 6 hat technique. He has maintained a very clear definition. He has given a clear point of view that before going for any final suggestions, going for any final decisions, there are 6 important techniques you need to think before you take any final decisions. Number one is white hat. What does white hat symbol? White hat symbol, peace, silent. So before taking any final decisions, take a minute or take a second for a while. Okay, take a few minutes and think of the matter. What actually the matter is. What will be the consequences if I go in this process? Okay, this is the number one. The next one is orange hat. What does orange hat suggest? Orange hat suggests take a next step, but silently. Nobody should know what will be your next step. That is the symbolism of orange hat technique. The third one is green hat technique. What does green hat technique suggest? Green hat technique suggests that now speed up your, what you can say, now speed up your journey. Now speed up the gear, put the gear, press the brake, press the gear, and start. Okay. The third one is the next one is brown hat. I think the next one is brown hat. The brown hat symbolize that many decisions will be going to come to your mind, but you need to stick to one important decisions which will going to change your career or which will going to change your life. You need to find out that. Okay, and the last hat technique is the red hat technique. Red hat technique means the final jump. So these are the six hat techniques through which you can take the decisions making. And in case of the perceptions of any human entities or of any human employees, this six hat important decisions making is very, very important in term. Okay, for example, once there was an interview in BBC regarding Bruce Lee. So Bruce Lee was one of the finest martial artists. Okay, all over the India, renowned martial artist. Near about 1,000 moves he knows. He knows 1,000 moves, and not only he was masters in kung fu and karate. He was masters in judo also, kickboxing. Okay, Japanese boxing, Chinese boxing, lot of things are. He is an artist actually. Actually, he is not a fighter. I cannot say he's a fighter. A fighter, sorry. Jackie Chan was a fighter. Okay, Jet Li was a fighter, but you cannot compare these superstars with Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee is something different. Bruce Lee is an art. Bruce Lee's martial art is an art. You can see it. You can find some artistic movements whenever he moves. आप जानते हो ब्रूस ली का एक पैर 1 इंच छोटा था, but still he can kick much more faster, much more better than a renowned martial artist. वो जब किक करते थे किसी इंसान को, बीबीसी में उसका भी इंटरव्यूज, उनका भी अभी भी शोज वगैरह देते थे, जब वो एक इंसान को किक करते थे तो वो इंसान नियर अबाउट 100 मीटर्स या 50 मीटर्स दूर जाके गिरते थे. इतना पावरफुल था उनका, लेकिन उनका 1 इंच या समथिंग उसका एक पैर छोटा था, बट स्टिल ये जानते हुए कि इसका सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक्स है, बट स्टिल ही डेवलप द ड्रॉबैक्स. उन्होंने क्या किया, नेगेटिव पे काम किया और फाइनली ही कम अप विद द पॉजिटिव results. Okay, this is the number one point. And in an interview, Bruce Lee was been asked by some of the news anchor that Bruce Lee, whom you are afraid of? He very frankly said, "I'm not afraid of any person in India, in the world." Okay, because a person who is known for 1,000 martial art moves means 1,000 martial art moves means he is not such a dangerous person. You cannot fight with single hand, with double combat, with any weapons. He cannot fight with the Bruce Lee. He's such a artistic people. But he also he said that, but I frightened with that particular man who had practiced one shot, only one shot for 1,000 times. This was the golden line said by the Bruce Lee. मैं उस इंसान से नहीं डरता हूं जिन्होंने thousands मार्शल आर्ट्स टेक्निक जानते हैं, लेकिन मैं उस इंसान से डरता हूं जरूर जिन्होंने एक टेक्निक को 1,000 बार प्रैक्टिस किया है. आई अफ्रेड ऑफ सच अ पर्सन. क्योंकि जो 1,000 बार एक ही प्रैक्टिस किया है वो एक ही बार मारेगा, लेकिन वो हर बार परफेक्ट मारेगा, बुल साइड में हिट करेगा, तो इंसान मर भी सकता है. दैट इज वाई ब्रूस ली अफ्रेड ऑफ सच अ पर्सन. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब है हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस, हाउ वी बिल्ड द ब्रेन मसल ब्रेन. हम अपना ब्रेन मसल्स को कैसे ट्रेन करते हैं, कैसे डेवलप करते हैं, कैसे उसको परसेप्ट, हमारे ब्रेन मसल्स को कैसे हम परसेप्ट करते हैं, सिचुएशंस को हम कैसे देखते हैं नजरिए से, ये ब्रेन मसल्स है. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड द परसेप्शंस एंड दीज आर द डिटरमिनेंट्स ऑफ इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर. डाउट इज क्लियर? एनी क्वेश्चंस? No, sir. Next question. Next slide. Okay. The next one is determinants of individual behavior में attitudes and values. What is the attitude? Attitudes refer to the feeling, belief or behavior of towards someone, towards somebody. ठीक है? Some positive attitudes. What is the value of positive attitudes? Attitudes, belief, values some others' decisions, respect others. This is the positive attitudes mentality person. And negative is completely opposite of that. Okay, what type of personality this type of means human being has? they have a unique set of traits. Trait means positive things, okay, positive qualities. Another word for trait is positive qualities. What are they? The characteristics, the pattern of the behavior, the feeling, the art, the person's thing. Okay, these are some, these are the unique personal traits of any person. The next one is environmental culture. What is the environmental culture? Organization rules, sorry, work environment, influence of the peers. What is the influence of the peers? The most senior person in your group, the next senior person in the group, they are called the peer member. Okay, that shape the behavior of the works. बहुत से हमारे ऐसे मेंटर्स होते हैं, हमारे ऐसे गाइड टीचर होते हैं, फैकल्टीज होते हैं, जो हमारा लाइफस्टाइल को चेंज करते हैं, हमारे सोचने समझने की रवैया को चेंज करते हैं. दीज आर कॉल्ड पीयर्स मेंबर्स, और सम ऑफ देम कॉल इट एज अ मेंटोर. ठीक है, तो पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड वाले पर्सन जो होते हैं वो हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं अपना मेंटोर या अपना किक हमेशा खोज लेते हैं. ठीक है, सो दीज आर द फ्यू इंपॉर्टेंट क्वालिटीज ऑफ अ positive attributes of any person. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, now models of organizational behavior. What are the models of organizational behavior? There are the 5 important models of organizational behavior. What are they? Number 1, please ma'am go to the next slide. Number 1 is the autocratic model. What does the autocratic means? Means top down, power centered approach where managers has absolute authority to make decisions and enforce orders. Employees are expected to obey instructions without questionings. इस तरह का ऑर्डर को कहते हैं टॉप डाउन पावर सेंटर्ड अप्रोच. क्या होता है? जहां पर सिंगल मैनेजर का डिसीजन होता है, जो भी डिसीजन लेगा मैनेजर लेगा, फाइनली कोई उस पर कोई सवाल नहीं करेगा. इस तरह का डिसीजंस को ऑटोक्रेटिक मॉडल डिसीजंस कहा जाता है. क्या इसका इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर्स है? It is this approach, the manager's powers and positions are the main factors that influence how employees behave. इससे पता चलता है how employees are behaving towards the manager. हो सकता है मन में गाली दे रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी इससे पता चलता है how much they are polite towards their managers, how much they are obedient towards their managers. This type of model is called autocratic model. Next slide, समझ में आ रहा है? Next slide, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The next one is autocratic decisions making. In this style, all decisions are made solely by the managements, and employees have little or no role in decisions making processes. आजकल जैसे कोई भी बड़े organizations में होते हैं, managements, whatever they feel, whatever they like, they're going to take the decisions very freely because they know on the top of the management nobody is there. Management is the lone and sole grandparents of ours, of every employees. Whatever the grandparents take the decision for their children, they need to obey without any questionings. If you questions, maybe you will going to issue a so-cause letter, or rather you will be thrown out of the company. Whatever the good or bad you feel like that, you have to do the work. You have to listen your managements. Okay, this type of decisions is called autocratic decisions making. Autocratic decisions. Auto is a word means automatically. It derived from a Latin word. Auto means generated, automatically generated, and critic means critical decisions or critical thinkings. It's actually a Latin word derived from Latin versions, which means quick and critical decisions making by the managements for the employees. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, the next one is control and disciplines. What is this control and discipline? This approach relies on the strict supervision, establish rules, regulations, and punishment for non-compliance to guide the employee's behavior. Okay, this is another one. The same, almost same, control and guidance. These are strictly done by the supervisors, strictly done by the middle level employees or middle level managements. They keep the strict vigilance on the employees, whether their employees are coming a regular basis or not. Employees are giving or they are working on their merit or not. Whatever the works that has been given to the employees, whether they are doing it properly or not. And if any compliance comes from the from the employees, then that need to be observed very carefully. And if they found that this particular employee has guilty, has found done mistakes in doing all this, they can go for a punishment also. maybe not capital punishment, but simple punishments are there. They will going to issue a letters, they will going to make you a suspension for 2 or 3 days or maybe for a month and all. These are type of punishments they will going to deploy on the employees. Okay, why? Because to maintain the strictness, discipline in a organization. Because I have already told you that the most important factor for any organization to grow is coordinations, communication, and the third one is discipline. These three are the most important for any organization to grow success in the market. The number one is communication, number two is coordinations, and the third discipline. अगर कहीं पर ये तीनों का मतलब कोऑर्डिनेशन प्रॉपर नहीं बैठ रहा है तो उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अच्छे से नहीं चलता है, नहीं चल पाएगा. जहां मैनेजर्स की बात नहीं माना जाता है, टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट कुछ बता रहा है, सुनते नहीं है, एम्प्लॉयज अपने तरीके से काम करते हैं, उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कभी ग्रोथ नहीं हो सकता. ओके, सो कंट्रोल एंड डिसिप्लिन इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेक होल्डर फॉर एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू ग्रो इन फॉर to grow to success for the next 5 years. Okay, this is the model of organizations. Next one, ma'am. The next slide. Okay, so in the model of organizations, employees orientations. This is one of the most important thing. Why? Because employees orientations doesn't means that you need to give them skill time to time. You need to make them skill oriented time to time. Orientations means there is some other definitions of an orientation. You need to maintain, you need to observe the instructions, you need to follow the instructions, you need to guide your employees, and you need to have the ability to take the decisions on behalf of the employees, or sometimes benefit for the employees. You need to approach towards the management. Okay, this is called employees orientations. एक एम्प्लॉय ओरिएंटेशंस का मतलब ये होता है कि एम्प्लॉयज को हर साल एक बार डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स करवाया जाए, स्किल्ड के लिए बाहर भेजा जाए. ठीक है, दिस इज ओरिएंटेशंस. ओरिएंटेशंस मींस द चेंजेस. Apart from this, another important meaning of that orientation is that is the guidance of an employees. That is the instructions need to be followed, whether the employees are following the instructions or not. That is another orientations. And another important is the decision makings. Okay, decision making is very much important for that. The next one is they rely on the managers to tell them what to do, how to do, when to do, rather taking initiative by themselves. Okay, they completely depend on their supervisor, on their managers, because whatever the instructions that given by the managers, they have to follow blindly. Okay, if there is no instructions coming from the managers, they will going to stop working. होता है ऐसा. अगर आप हेवी स्टील प्लांट्स, हेवीली इंडस्ट्रीज में चले जाइए, हेवी इलेक्ट्रिकल इंडस्ट्रीज में आप चले जाइए, वहां पर देखिए कैसे काम होता है. जब तक सुपरवाइजर की तरफ से कोई इंस्ट्रक्शंस नहीं आता है, कोई भी एम्प्लॉय, ग्रेड 4 स्टाफ कोई काम करते ही नहीं है. दे स्टॉप डूइंग वर्क बिकॉज कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन आया नहीं. अपने से काम करने के लिए जाएंगे, अगर कुछ डिफॉल्ट हो गया तो पेनाल्टीज उस एम्प्लॉयज को भरना पड़ेगा, मे भी नौकरी तक छोड़ना पड़ेगा. That is why they wait for the decisions from the management as well as from the managers. ठीक है? What is the effect of this? The effect is that will going to limit the employees' creativity. ये सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक है. ये सबसे बड़ा effect है. Employees की जो creativity है, आप उसको रोक रहे हो. हो सकता है 5 में से एक ऐसा एम्प्लॉय है जिसमें अच्छा क्रिएटिविटी है, but the employee is finding out difficult to showcase his creativity. इससे क्या होगा? लिमिट तक पहुंच जाएगा. लिमिट काम, लिमिट में बोलना, लिमिट में अपना स्किल दिखाना, जितना बोला जाए उतना ही करना, उससे बाहर कुछ नहीं करना. ये सबसे बड़ा इसका इम्पैक्ट है. अंडरस्टूड? द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मैम. The motivation. Okay, in this approach, employees are motivated primarily by external factors. What are the factors? Fear of punishment and or the needs or earn of wages. Yesterday मैंने motivations का मतलब समझाया था. I think मैंने समझाया था और मैंने यही examples दिया था. आज यही चीज लिखा हुआ है. मोटिवेशंस का मतलब क्या है? आपके पास मैनेजर्स आके आपको मोटिवेट करेंगे? नहीं, जो काम आपको दिया गया है, that is your motivations. You need to complete the task that has been assigned to you. Otherwise, you will going to bear the punishment. And may the punishment is so severe that you may forced to leave the job. Already I have given you the examples of the Banda Munda. Yesterday I was giving you the example of a Banda Munda. Yeah, this is the scenario. So motivation here doesn't mean that employees or managers or the top level managements motivate the employees. No, motivation means whatever the works that has been assigned to the employees, they need to perform their works very sharply on time. Otherwise, they will face the consequences. That consequences will be negative consequences. ये मोटिवेशन है. तो माइंड में क्या चलता है? अरे यार, ये काम अगर खत्म नहीं करूंगा तो मुझे पनिशमेंट मिलेगा, मेरा नौकरी तक जा सकता है यार, सैलरी टाइम में नहीं आएगा, मेरा इंक्रीमेंट रुक जाएगा, मेरा प्रमोशन रुक जाएगा. ये मोटिवेशन है. ये मोटिवेशन का कैप्सूल्स है. दीज आर द कैप्सूल ऑफ मोटिवेशंस. इंक्रीमेंट, अप्रेजल, बोनस, प्रमोशंस, पनिशमेंट्स, दीज आर द मोटिवेशनल कैप्सूल्स. एक एक करके खिलाया जाता है एम्प्लॉयज को. आप काम नहीं करोगे, ठीक है, लो ये कैप्सूल लो, कि इस साल आपका अप्रेजल नहीं होगा. आप ठीक से यू आर नॉट ओबीडियंट, ये लो एक और कैप्सूल, आपका अप्रेजल नहीं होगा इस साल. आप ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहे हो, डिसिप्लिन वे में नहीं हो, टाइम में नहीं आ रहे हो, ये लो कैप्सूल्स, आपको कल नौकरी से आने की जरूरत नहीं है, रिजाइन फ्रॉम द जॉब. ओके, सो दीज आर मोटिवेशनल कैप्सूल्स. ओके, जिसकी वजह से डर रहता है एट द बैक ऑफ द माइंड. द एम्प्लॉयज फियर्ड वेदर माई जॉब इज देयर और नॉट, whether they can retain in the company or not for a longer period of time. This is called the motivations. Always remember. ये क्या हुआ? What happened, मैम? स्लाइड तो बंद हो गया. चलिए कोई बात नहीं, स्लाइड बंद कर दिया, लास्ट में समझा देता हूं. About the wages. Wages is also another type of motivations because it motivates the employees through the wages, through the increment, through the appraisal. Employees get benefited. This motivates them to work and to perform far better. Okay, wages एक तरीका है. वेजेस से भी एम्प्लॉयज को मोटिवेट होता है. अगर आपका कहा जाए आपसे कि नीलांजय, मिस्टर नीलांजय और तन्मय, क्या हो रहा है, क्या डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है? हेलो हेलो, माय वॉइस गेट इकोड, मेरा वॉइस इको हो रहा है. इज इट ऑडिबल माय स्टूडेंट्स? इज इट ऑडिबल टू यू?
यस सर.
हाँ, तो मैं वेजेस मान दो ये बंद कर दिया स्लाइड्स, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. वेजेस का मतलब यही है.
Slides is visible actually, we can see.
But there is no slide in front of me. It's completely blocked. Okay. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, मैं समझा देता हूँ, नो प्रॉब्लम, मैं समझा देता हूँ. मैं सिर्फ टॉपिक देख रहा था, क्या टॉपिक है, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. ठीक है, इसके बाद नेक्स्ट पॉइंट था वेजेस. तो वेजेस इज अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट कैप्सूल. That is also a motivational capsule. I can call it as a motivational capsule because at the perceptions or in the minds of an employee, ठीक है, they have a fear. Yes मैम, बोलिए. बिल्कुल नहीं मैम, विजिबल नहीं हो रहा. अचानक वेजेस पढ़ाते हुए एक बार बाहर निकल के आ जाए, मतलब मैं बाहर निकलूं ना, मैं मोबाइल से बाहर निकलूं. अच्छा, रिजॉइन. ओके ओके ओके. हाँ, यस मैम, यस मैम, यस मैम, विजिबल विजिबल विजिबल. मैम और कितना स्लाइड है? मैम हाउ मेनी स्लाइड्स? 14 number slide. Let me try my best to complete. Okay. मोटिवेशन हो गया मैम, मोटिवेशन हो गया. इसके बाद custodial model of management. What is the custodial model of management? Focus. Provide economic security, job stability, and employees' welfare. Okay. Approach. Parent क्या? Paternalistic. The organization take care of employees. अच्छा, paternalistic, expecting loyalty and compliance in return. Okay, this is called the custodial model of management. What does the custodial model of management? The management, जैसे HR, human resource welfare. There is another department in big organizations, that is the human resource welfare or welfare department, where they think for the employees, where they always do best for the employees, such as economical security. Economic security means permanent job, PF, pension, gratuity, ESI, bonus. Okay, these are the economical securities for any employees. The next one is job stability, means you can work for 58 years. That is okay, permanent job stabilities. And employees welfare. Of the employees welfare means apart from this job security, many things are there. Hospital, okay, ESI cards, medical insurance. These are all welfare for the employees. Okay, so who does this? Who does this? This is the separate department created by the organizations, separately created for the organizations, by the organizations. They have a separate department in the organizations. They always look for the betterment. They always look for the welfare of the employees and all. जैसे मैं क्या बोलूँ, जैसे टाटा स्टील का जो टाटा स्टील या टाटा केमिकल्स या टाटा पिगमेंट्स, जितने भी टाटा ग्रुप की कंपनीज है, ओके, उनका जो वेलफेयर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस या फिर उनका जो यूनियन लीडर्स, उनका जो यूनियंस लीडर्स, इनका काम ही है एम्प्लॉयज के वेलफेयर, एम्प्लॉयज के बारे में सोचना, एम्प्लॉयज की गुडविल के बारे में सोचना, किसी भी एम्प्लॉयज को कोई भी मतलब कोई भी दिक्कत ना आए वर्किंग. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड कस्टोडियल मॉडल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. The employees behavior, employees develop passive cooperations, they feel secure but may not show high initiative or creativity. इससे क्या होता है, थोड़ा सा सिक्योरिटीज या थोड़ा सा कोऑपरेशन उनको मिलता है. उनको पता है कि अगर मुझे बिना बोले निकाल दिया जाएगा तो मेरा यूनियन लीडर, मेरा वेलफेयर मेरे पास है, हमारे साइड में है, जहां से मुझे न्याय मिलेगा. आई विल डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू गेट द जस्टिस फॉर दैट. Okay, this is the employees behavior, and this type of behavior is a passive behavior because उतना भी इनिशिएटिव लेते नहीं है, एक जन के लिए इतना इनिशिएटिव नहीं लेते हैं. ठीक है. एंड व्हाट इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ दिस? बिल्ड लॉयल्टी एंड सिक्योरिटी, बट एम्प्लॉयज में फील डिपेंडेंट ऑन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड शो लेस सेल्फ मोटिवेशन. इससे क्या होता है, लेस मोटिवेट होते हैं और सबसे ज्यादा डिपेंडेंट कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के ऊपर ज्यादा से ज्यादा डिपेंडेंट रहते हैं. ठीक है. दिस इज कॉल्ड द कस्टोडियल मॉडल मैनेजमेंट. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मैम. Supportive model management. What is supportive model management? This model emphasizes leadership support, motivations, and employee participations. Okay. For example, the manager acts as a guide and facilitator, focusing on the employee's growth, involvement, and job satisfaction to enhance the overall organizational performance. Of course, ये होता है organizations में. If good reputed organizations, okay, that the employees are working, if you're be in the very good organizations, they will definitely going to look after them, especially the managers will look after them. Okay, this particular skilled employees must not work here, he must be in some other department because he has got more skill enough than the remaining employees or other employees. Then he should get promoted, he should get appraisal, he should get bonus, whatever the facilities the organization has, he should have get. Okay, so this type of leadership support, this type of motivation, this type of employees participation is very important, and these all comes under supportive model organizations or supportive model management. Okay, now what is the impact of this? What is the impact? What will be the impact? Impact क्या होगा इसका? Suggestions will going to improve, ideas will be, innovative ideas will be generated. Okay, there will be productivity in your works, team managements will be there. Okay, adaptability will be there. Many more things will be developed. If such the supportive organizations, if the management is such supportive, then automatically the industry will grow. Why? Because the employees will feel some positive motivations. They will get some positive motivations from the management, and definitely then they will work for the management. If they feel that management is working for us, management is feeling for us, management is taking care of us, then why not we? Okay, they will definitely going to work according to the management, according to the perceptions of the management, according to the desire of the management, and whatever the target that has been set by the management, definitely they are going to achieve the target. Okay, इससे फायदा क्या होगा? Organizations आगे बढ़ जाएगा. ठीक है. This is called the supportive model of management. Next slide, ma'am. ओके, कोलिजियल मॉडल, पार्टनरशिप, टीमवर्क एंड शेयर्ड रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. कोलिग वर्ड से आया कोलिजियल मूवमेंट, जिसमें पार्टनरशिप भी होता है, टीम वर्क का भी आता है, एंड शेयर्ड रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ये भी काम आता है. व्हाट इज द पार्टनरशिप मीन्स? Managers and employees work as equal, sharing authority and decision making. Employees input is valued. Okay, जहां पर every managers with every employees, they all are equal. They doesn't feel, a managers never feel that I am the manager, I am the superior of the company, I am the next boss of the company. Employees must follow my orders. मैनेजर्स इस तरह का डिसीजंस नहीं देते हैं, ये इस तरह का कंसेप्ट या इस तरह का आइडिया नहीं रखते हैं, और एम्प्लॉयज भी मैनेजर्स को अपना मानते हैं. whatever the decisions, whatever the problems, they share with the managers. Okay, what will happen? They will definitely going to be very good bondings. They will definitely going to develop a good partnerships in the inside the organizations. The teamwork, employees collaborate on tasks and projects, supporting each others to achieve organizational goals rather than working in isolations. जब टीम वर्क अच्छा होता है तो प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑटोमेटिकली अच्छा होता है. पार्टनरशिप जब अच्छा होता है तो आपका टीम अच्छा काम करता है, एम्प्लॉयज कोलैबोरेट करता है, डिसीजन शेयर करता है, बॉन्डिंग शेयर करता है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शेयर करता है. व्हाट विल हैपन? डेफिनेटली दे आर गोइंग टू अचीव एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. द नेक्स्ट वन इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. व्हाट इज दैट? द शेयर्ड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. व्हाट इज दैट? मैनेजर्स एंड एम्प्लॉयज बोथ आर accountable for the outcome, for the result. Both are accountable, both are worried about the organizations. जहां managers और employees, supervisors and all, every staff जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए काम करते हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में सोचते हैं कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का कैसा भला हो, उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कभी कोई पीछे रह ही नहीं सकता. वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेफिनेटली ग्रो करेगा. That is called the shared responsibility. And what is the next one is the collectivity. Collectivity means the responsibility should not be input on some employees. It should be circulated. It should be divided equally among the employees. Okay, these are the collegial models of organization. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, come to the next slide, ma'am. Go to the next slide. Oh, system model of management. What is the system model management? Concept. इसका concept क्या है? The organization is viewed as complete, independent. Sorry, it's not independent. It is interdependent system where every parts affect the whole. Okay. Approach क्या है? Managers employees work collaboratively, achieve mutual goals. Okay. So this concept, in this concept, what organization feel? The organization views as a complete interdependent system. Management, in this type of model, system model of organization management, the organization is always try to find out where the loophole is, where the drawbacks is. If they find out such drawbacks or such loophole, they can be comes to conclusions that these are the areas where I need to work on that. These are the sectors I need to grow. These are the positions I need to develop far more. Then it comes to a complete conclusions for organizational goal. The next one is interdependent. Every important or every employees from top level management to the lower level management, they need to be interdependent on one another. Of course, why? Because if the decisions making that are being taken by the management, they fail to take decisions, then what will happen? Finally, the middle level managements will never going to initiate the decisions that are being taken by the top level management. The next, lower level management will never ever going to implement those decisions because middle level management never shared any such information to the lower level management. Finally, what will happen? The company will going to get collapse because of their non-interdependencies. Because of their non-entity or non-interdependencies, this will going to happen. The company will going to get collapsed. Okay, that is why interdependencies is one of the most important criteria which affect any organization. The spelling of affect is A-F-F-E-C-T, not effect, E-F-F-E-C-T. There is difference between A and E. Okay, now what is the approach of this? Managers and employees will have a mutual goal set up. What is the goal? To reach the success, to achieve the success, to reach the targeted they have been set up. Okay, and what is their focus? Their focus is only building trust, fair equal values, and good communication. Good communication, which is very very important for any employees to work in any organizations. Now, what will be the employees' contributions? Encourage employee to fully utilize the skill and potential. What the managers will do? Managers will try to influence the employees that to show their skills, to upgrade their skills and potentials so that they can achieve the goal. Okay? So this type of model is called system model of organizations or system model of management, where the organization takes complete systematic decisions according to the requirements. Is it clear? Any doubt? No. Next slide, ma'am.
No, sir.
मैक जॉर्जेस थ्योरी एक्स थ्योरी वाई, शायद ये आपने पढ़ा था. ये एजम्पशंस वाला है. एजम्पशंस अप्रोच, ऑथोरिटियन अप्रोच, आपने ये बीबी में शायद पढ़ा था. Douglas MacGeorge proposed theory X and theory Y to explain the contrasting views of human nature at work, X and Y. What does X suggest? X suggests the employee's belief, employee's likes, employee's dislike, employee's supervisions, employee's strict supervisions, restrictions. This is called the assumptions. Now, what are the key assumptions of theory X? Why people dislike the work? Why people are forced? Why people are being threatened? Why people are being controlled? Why employees are given punishment to achieve the goal? These all are the key assumptions. Next is why employees are being avoided from the responsibilities. Why the employees are taking away from them from the responsibility. Why it happened? And why the security is main concern for any organization. And how to develop the creativity. This all comes under assumption X, which is done by Douglas MacGeorge. Douglas MacGeorge actually maybe, I think I was read very earlier, George McDouglas may be a owner of any company. He is an author, but before that he is an entrepreneur. Okay, so to find out what is the reason behind why the employees are not showing any interest for the betterment of the company, he has created a theory. And the theory is, in the first 4 months or first half month, he tried to create such ambience, he tried to create such environment where employees can freely take decisions of themselves. Okay, now he had been removed all the responsibilities from the managers, and that responsibility is been loaded to the employees. Now employees are free to take the decisions. Finally, what happened? He removed the strictness. He give the appraisal. He give the increments to the employees. He gives the salary increment to the employees. So finally, what happened? The employees feel that they are now out of danger. They are now not in a threatened zone. Okay. So finally, after 6 months and more, the efficiency of the work capabilities or the efficient positive productions of an employees grows much more faster than the previous assumptions that he used to do being an entrepreneur. What? Very strict observations, control of the employees, never let the employees to take the decisions. Some decisions are being biased, that also been done, been happened in the organizations, many organizations. जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है, कभी कभी प्रोडक्शंस जो लेवल पे होना चाहिए था वो होता नहीं था. तो डॉगलस मार्कस ने ये थ्योरी निकाला, एजम्पशन एक्स और एजम्पशन वाई, जहां वो एम्प्लॉइज को खुली छूट दे दिया ऑब्जर्व करने के लिए कि मैं अगर इसको खुली छूट दे देता हूं तो मेरा प्रोडक्टिविटी लेवल कितना बढ़ जाएगा, मेरा एम्प्लॉइज का, मेरा जो ग्रोथ है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का वो कितना बढ़ेगा. दिस ऑल आर विद एजम्पशन एक्स और एजम्पशन वाई. ये सबसे बेहतर अगर होता कि मैं आपको अगर ये ग्राफ में दिखा पाता, इसका जो ग्राफ में इसका जो बनेगा, मैं उसको अगर आपको दिखा पाता, दैट विल बी मच मोर concluding points. You may find out a much more concluding points in this. Okay. If I show you to the graph paper. Okay, ma'am, next slide, please. In theory work, managers believe that employees enjoy work and self motivated. वो जो मैंने अभी बताया वही सेम चीज एम्प्लॉय एजम्पशन वाई में है. एम्प्लॉयज के लिए फ्री एनवायरमेंट, एम्प्लॉयज के लिए फ्री वर्क, फैसिलिटीज प्रोवाइड करना, ऑल assumption one. And what will happen? The final इसका क्या effect आया? The potentials in the most organizations are neutralized. Most organizations में ये देखा गया कि पिछले मुकाबले में अभी का जो प्रोडक्शन लेवल है वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा बढ़ गया. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड मैक जॉर्जर प्रोपोज थ्योरी. ओके, assumption X theory and assumption Y theory. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay, then please go to the next slide. In maturity theory, Chris Argyris. Okay, what is this? The Chris Argyris developed the maturity continuum to explain that individuals naturally grow from immaturity to maturity. Yes, absolutely correct. As they develop personally and professionally. Yes, correct. Managers should design work in a way that encourages this growth. ओके, ठीक है. इमेच्योरिटी से मैच्योरिटी, मैच्योरिटी से फिर आपका सक्सेस. दिस वाज बीन डेवलप्ड बाय क्रिस आर्ग्रिस. क्रिस आर्ग्रिस ने इस चीज को एग्रिस और somebody pronounce it as agris or agris, whatever you pronounce. A remains silent sometime. Agris or agris. It is the development in the minds of an employee, such as for a fresher employees working in a top level environment of any companies, they need to be developed. They need to give time so that they can grow naturally from immaturity to maturity. This is the main concept of this writer, Chris. Okay, he wants that the employees, those who are new, those who are inexperienced, those who are unskilled, they need to give some time so that they can develop from immaturity to maturity. Okay? Now, in this regard, what is the role of a managers? First, to create the opportunities so that newly freshers and skilled employees come to the organizations. Okay? Redesigning the job perspective. This is one of the most important thing. Na? Our concept of in India, especially I'm talking about the India, the quality of the labors, the quality of the labor principles, the quality of the law or labor law, these all are outdated trends. I'm telling you that. That is why it need to be redesigned. It need to be restructured so that employees can work freely and can develop from immaturity to maturity. If you go to the China, why the Chinese people are so much of developed? If you go to any interior village of China, I'm talking about, you can see how the farmers are using their AI technologies, ML technologies to for their crops productions, for their paddy productions. China is so much advanced level that India may never think for the next 100 years to match China. Why you know? This is the reason. They always redesign or recalculate the positions of a job design. Okay, if this thing happen, what will happen? What will we do? Next, let us think in such other way. Okay, these are the things. That is why Chinese people or China better than India, not only India, all over the world, you know, because they always try to redesign the job. हम जो एक बार बना लेते हैं strategies, हम उसी को follow करते हैं, उसी को मानते हैं, हिसाब किताब वही चीज मानते हैं, वही चला आता है. लेकिन ये चाइना है तो हमेशा रीडिजाइन रीडेवलप करते हैं. इससे फायदा क्या होता है जानते हो? जो भी फ्रेशर एम्प्लॉय होते हैं या जो भी फ्रेशर होते हैं वो अपने को टाइम दे पाते हैं और उस जर्नी में वो अपने आप को एक अच्छा जगह पहुंचा पाते हैं, इन मैच्योरिटी टू मैच्योरिटी. देन अवॉइड ओवरली कंट्रोलिंग बिहेवियर. ये चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. आपका जो एग्रेसिव नेचर है, कंट्रोलिंग बिहेवियर है, इस चीज को हटाना है. द नेक्स्ट वन इज, अच्छा ये तो हो गया, एग्जाम्पल कुछ दिया है इमेच्योरिटी और मैच्योरिटी के बीच में. यू कैन गो थ्रू दिस, you can find out the examples that I have already given, the same instructions and the same examples are here only. Maturity and immaturity. Yes, ma'am, I'm concluding the class for today's class. How many slides remain right now? Only 3 to 4 now. Isn't it, ma'am? Okay, 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 okay. So here I think I come to the end of this slide. ये पूरा खत्म ही हो गया. Any doubt? Students, do you have any doubt? Eranjan and
No, sir, no, sir. Unable to understand.
so far I have come. Unable to understand or able to understand? कौन सा?
Unable to unmute, I was saying, sir. I have unmuted and then I told yes.
I thought unable to unmute.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Still, go and revise, go and see the slides and all. No need to look the by heart. Go and read the slides, look at the slides, and if you feel that this the point which is not been clear, I need to clear it once more, then please, without any hesitation, please ask me. Definitely, I'm going to clear it out in my next class.
Sure.
Thank you for today's.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ma'am, please share this PPT with us for revision purpose. ठीक है मैम, चलिए रखता हूँ.